Welcome, dear friends, to this festive edition of Hunter Talks, where we'll be reminiscing on the wild, arousing ride that was 2022. It's been an incredible year for this channel, all thanks to you guys. To everyone who watched, liked, commented, subscribed, or even said,
"Go back to your cold country. We don't need a tourist like you here in our country."
A heartfelt thank you from me. You guys are the reason this channel has gone from 0 to nearly 2,500 subscribers with 160,000 video views. And remember, I can trade those in for heaven points. So hang tight until the end of this video to find out where we'll be heading next year. And if you're feeling nostalgically festive, let me know in the comments below when you first discovered this channel on our journey.
We started
2022 in Australia, where I filmed my very first and extremely simple YouTube video called "Why I Quit My Six-Figure Corporate Job to Travel the World." The problem was, due to the pandemic, most of the world was still too difficult to travel to, and Australia itself wasn't even allowing people to leave the country. My second video was set against the beautiful backdrop of Sydney during lockdown. Oh, how fondly remember those lockdowns. I named my YouTube channel Around the World on $80 because Jinky and I were going to travel the world on just $80 a day. But alas, the name of the channel changed at some point. Why? And what then became of our journey? Next, on to a remote Australian town called Cooma to film a hyperlapse video along swiftly followed by a couple of months mountain biking in Jindabyne.
Gabby track. Let's go.
And getting certain parts of our anatomy crushed. Back to Sydney to get ready to leave the country because finally the world looked like it was starting to open up, and who wouldn't want to stop off to see the adorable, cute Hello Kitty town. This is Hello Kitty town in Sydney town. I wish I could get closer to Hello Kitty, but there's this severe security stopping me from getting in. There's just no way to crack this security. No way. Look, I'm rubbing Hello Kitty's nose. But then, tragedy, Omicron came along, the world shut, borders closed, and once again we were trapped in Sydney. But behold, for England opened its borders and finally we escaped Australia. And of course, there's nothing more important in the United Kingdom than the annual Toad in the Hole World Championships in Lewis, which I had the pleasure of recording and seeing my great mate Declan win the tournament. Travelling on just $80 a day, I had to drink cheaply, so I taste tested 6 wines from Aldi and Tesco for under $5, so you didn't have to. That is the best yet by far. The greatest privilege of the year was being invited to make a guest appearance on the highly respected TJ Walker Show. If you've ever wanted to get into vlogging, or you're appearing on television, or making a public speech, TJ Walker can teach you how to overcome your fears and talk to your audience in a positive, engaging way. He's trained presidents, prime ministers, Nobel Peace Prize winners, Miss Universes, members of the Parliament, and me. I'll put a link in the description below to TJ's communication classes.
But first, just say hello to everyone and tell them what your big adventure, your odyssey is all about.
Well, thank you. So yes, my name is Hunter, and I quit my corporate job a few months ago
and decided to go traveling around the world, but with a slight twist in that it's just $80 a day for two of us, so me and my wife. And that's the fun bit there. How do we survive on $80 a day?
And I can certainly see surviving on $80 a day. I have a harder time imagining how to enjoy and thrive on $80 a day.
Sadly, we had to suddenly leave England and race to Italy, where I took you on a tour of the beautiful town of Bresciano. It's Harry Potter, that's his front door. But it's super cheap to stay here, it's a beautiful town, and of course it means that we can just jump on a train and head into Rome anytime we want. This is a very picturesque area. Then it was off to Angolara, Italy, and similarly with Trevignano Romano, Italy. I showed you around our amazing Airbnb and shared how cheap this place cost. Before I tell you the price, remember, this is a first world European country and the price is just $39 a night. And it's in this same Airbnb I filmed my first YouTube short, a comical video describing how to make coffee with a moka pot. Alas, my video received much backlash in the comments section and I did receive a good butt kicking for my endeavour.
Damn, he just murdered those plants.
You plant killer.
How to sound like an idiot.
Nevertheless, I remained undaunted and asked the question, what does $1 cheap pizza paired with $1 Italian white wine taste like? Let's give this a shot. So this is only $1 and it would be super high quality. Amazing. Uncorking. Pop. That's incredible. If this is in England, I'd look like a homeless person sitting in the park with a plastic bottle. Sadly, due to a devastating personal tragedy, we had to immediately leave Europe and head to the Philippines, but not without first stopping off in Singapore. I filmed Hotel Clover because the online reviews were quite controversial, and I recommended you do not stay in this hotel until you had watched my video. Finally, upon reaching Manila, it's more fun in the Philippines, baby! Together we explored one of the most amazing shopping malls in the Philippines. Described as the most romantic mall in the country, it incorporates stunning Venetian architecture. But nothing was more important than getting on that swan boat, even if it meant me randomly walking up to strangers and offering them money to come on the swan boat with me. Does anyone want to go on the swan boat? Sorry? I want to go on the swan boat. Free ride, free boat. Anyone interested in coming along for a free boat?
Swan boat, swan boat, swan boat, swan boat, swan boat.
I decided to film a second YouTube short in Manila, even though previously my butt had been badly kicked due to my Italian mocha pot video. I asked the question, would you eat super cute Hello Kitty? Finally, I ended up in the great town of Naga City, where I took you on a night market Filipino street food tour. I ate chicken feet, dried blood on a stick, intestines, who doesn't like those, skin, kidneys, unknown chicken parts, kwek, and food of the devil, santol. That is vicious! Oh my word! And it was in Dian Dang that I discovered Kuya Ellie's with their delicious coffee and the legendary chakamot, where I tasted my first ever bowl of kinilas. So now I'm going to try the meat, which is pork head, and I'm going to shove in an entire chili. Let's see how I go with that. That's really hot. Oh my god. I tried Taho for the very first time, and I pondered the question, who is Tahop Man? With extreme bravery, I continued my cuisine journey through Dian Dang, this time eating eyeball soup at Mangkok's and grilled pussit at Coconuts. What is baka?
Ice.
Ah, eyes. Eyes? Eyes? I was really hoping for an Indiana Jones moment. Remember that scene in the movie where the eyes roll round in the soup? Okay, now we'll try the whites of the eye. So this is eye, eyeball, cow eyeball in fact. What does eye taste like? So this is coconuts. This is grilled pussit, squid. Oh, what is about the chilies in this area? Oh my god, I've done it again. In Naga City, I set myself a street food challenge. I asked myself, is it possible to eat breakfast, lunch and dinner for only $1? Hotsilog, thumbs up. Jollibee. Spaghetti bolognese, Philippine style, 98 cents only. I have to say, I don't mind eating food in my hands. I can really feel it. It kind of adds more to the taste. Facing yet another full-day power cut, I explain the top 10 tips on how to survive a brownout in the Philippines. And I'm going to tell you what the secret password is. Okay, let's try it. Ready? Hey, good morning. Opa, salamat. Now this video, this was my favourite filming session of the year. I reveal to you the truth about Naga City People's Mall, that it is a place of safety, fun and super friendly stall owners. I spent 2 days filming there, laughing along with the jokes and tales of the kind people who welcomed me with open arms. Oh, no way! Lapu lapu! Masiram! Chicken head, oh wow! Hello! I've eaten this one in a soup.
Ice. Yum, yum, yum.
Yum yum yum! Oh, he blinked at me. Good morning, chicken. It was here in the Philippines I changed my channel name. Why? I realised that the clever, witty channel name I had devised didn't translate well in the countries I was visiting. And why should they know the story of
Phileas Fogg, a fictional wealthy Englishman from the 1800s who leaves London due to a bet that he can travel the world in 80 days, only succeeding because of a loophole in the international date line?
They don't know that. All they knew was I was rapidly throwing 9 syllables at them in an Aussie English accent that meant nothing to them. So it's here in the Philippines I renamed the channel. Once again I returned to Chacamot, having heard the legendary Lenny Robredo, Vice President of the Philippines, had recently eaten here. This time I prepared the kinilas sauce properly and didn't burn my face off. Or not. Guess what? I've overdone the chilies again. Oh, why do I keep doing this to myself? Arco Diaz Cafe and Pacol has possibly the best coffee experience in the Philippines. GJ and his amazing staff will blow your mind with how coffee is brewed and served. It's surely an art form and well worth a visit to the Arco Diaz Cafe in Pacol. Boracay! This stunning island made it to Time magazine's list of world's greatest places. Paradise Reborn. However, do not come to Boracay until you've watched this video. I tell you every fee, rule, cost and form you'll need to legally travel from Caticlan Airport to Boracay. Is Boracay White Beach still paradise? Is it still the best beach in the world? I filmed this video to answer that question. It's good to see tourism picking up again as people who earn their living in Boracay were smashed by an island shutdown followed by the pandemic. Beautiful Boracay! Just look at this beach. It's utterly amazing, stunning. I'll be talking about willies and virgins. Virgin Mary. On the best beach in the world with a coconut. There is nowhere better than this in the world. Did you know that White Beach doesn't actually stop here? There's a secret beach. Very, very few people know about this. At the end of the day, you got the best sunset in the world. Cheers. While I was living in Boracay, Cyclone Pa'en barreled through the island, creating quite some destruction. In this video, I looked around Boracay White Beach the day after the cyclone. I took you, virtually, to the cheapest unlimited seafood buffet you can imagine. Just 199 pesos, about $3 for everything from seafood, Chinese, through to the Philippine classics such as chicken adobo. A feast so cheap, it even puts the miracle of Jesus feeding the multitude with 5 loaves of bread and 2 small fish to shame. Would you eat live sea urchin found on the beach? I had no idea when I woke up that morning I'd be eating raw sea urchin someone had found washed up on the sand. But as they say, step out your comfort zone. I took you with me on an all-walk, no-talk walking tour of the world's #1 beach. Pure sand, sea and sun. No messing around going into shops, restaurants, hotels or demore. You joined me on a journey of beachcombing as I hunted for money, coconuts, kids' toys, Chanel sunglasses, jewellery and sea worms? It's a starfish. Okay, well, there you go, that's not bad. These aren't broken, these are fine. Chanel. It's a seahorse mould. Ooh, can you see that? Can you see that? Look at that, 10 peso. There are other types of treasures to find along the beach. Oh, no! That's breakfast sorted. It's a green spade. Ooh. Oh, have you found anything today? Only coins. Found this sieve. Oh, that's not too bad actually. I think I've seen a coconut. It looks good from here. And in one of the final videos of the year, we witnessed together the opening of a new shopping mall in Boracay. We checked out the grand opening, where I toured you around every shop in the mall. This mall is a game changer, and did you spot all the celebrities? And the shops at Station B is now open. I found a shop that sells drugs. Mercury Drugstore, Rose Pharmacies, Synchro, Corinthos, Canyon Hotel and Resorts, Speedo. We've been waiting a long time for Robinson's. It's a Carlos Bake Shop. There's Happy Go. Handyman, Shits to Go, free ice cream, free taho, free cake, Salamapur, itch relief cream for my testes. Attention all travellers, it's time to pack your bags and get ready for the ultimate globe-trotting adventure. Next year, we're embarking on the Year of Chill. 12 months of frosty fun and excitement. Buckle up, come with me, because we're going on a wild ride to the frostiest destinations around the world. First stop, the chilly mountain town of Baguio in the Philippines, where we'll be snacking on ice-cold strawberries and shivering in delight. From there, we'll jet off to the land of the rising sun, Japan, where we'll marvel at the breathtaking cherry blossoms in Kyoto, before indulging in all the tasty treats that Osaka and Tokyo have to offer. But the fun doesn't stop there. We're also headed to Busan in South Korea and the snowy landscapes of Hokkaido. And if that's not enough, we'll be finishing off the year with a trip to some frosty mystery destination in Europe, because who doesn't love a good snowball fight? So don't miss out on the chilliest adventure of your life. Hit that subscribe button, give that notification bell a little tickle if you want to join us, and get ready to brave the cold.